Hello and welcome to episode 119 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode, this is the pre-season edition, and as I alluded to in the last episode, on today's episode we're going to resolve my future. And with that in mind, we've come back a few days ahead of the 1st of July when we normally would come back, because we've got an interview. Find out who with in just a moment. Okay, here we go then, and as you can see, the board are pleased I've taken the time to attend today, and they've got a few questions they want to ask me to see if I'm the manager they want to take the club forward. So thanks very much, Henri. Let's get into the interview and see if we can secure a job in France. So, glad you gave me the chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. How would you overcome the relatively big obstacle of not speaking the language? I'm confident I can learn the language quickly. Can you tell me why managing at a number of clubs as you have done is a good thing? I've had a wide range of experiences to draw upon. I have considerable reservations about the fact that you have shown a tendency to spend only a short amount of time at a club. Why has that been the case so far in your career? What am I going to say? I've never been nervous to move around if I felt it would benefit my career. The fact I'm attending this interview vindicates my approach. Why have you felt it acceptable to apply for a number of jobs whilst employed by another team throughout your career? I'll always put my own best interests first. Are you able to ease our worries about how you've tended to handle the media in the past? Right, what am I going to ask for? I'll dismiss it and say if I'm getting the right results, what's the problem? Am I able to ease their worries about my apparent failure to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere? I'll make them a promise that the atmosphere here will be healthy. You've previously been embroiled in media controversies, citing your inability to command the support of your players. What can you say to address our concerns about that happening here? I've learned, and that the atmosphere will remain healthy should I be given the job. How would I feel about working with current director of football, Gaëtan Lassif? Yeah, happy to work with him, no problem at all. Do I want to make any changes to the backroom staff? Given that I'm moving abroad, no, I'm not going to make any immediate changes. They want to share their vision for the future. As the successful candidate will be required to make it become a reality. Any reflections on it? Now's the time to speak up. I am happy to work with those proposals. Expectation is to compete for a Europa League qualification berth. I think we can do better than that. I think we can challenge for the Champions League qualification spots. Proposed transfer budget of 1.34 million. I'll accept that. So it's realistic. And a wage budget of 1.2 million. Yep, happy with that. And there's nothing I want to ask them for, so I'm going to declare myself happy. That has brought the interview to a close. They've thanked me for attending and will notify me of their decision in due course. So I'll be back in a moment, either on the 1st of July to start the squad preparations for the new season with Stoke, or to let you know how we've got on at Saint Etienne. Okay, it is now the 1st of July and I'm yet to hear back from Saint Etienne, so it is time to review the squad that we've got at our disposal as things stand and decide, if we end up staying, what positions we need to strengthen. So beginning in goal, I'm happy with Setford and Padaruth. I don't think there's any need to bring in another goalkeeper. Likewise at right back, I think Ruiz and Sean Neal are perfectly reasonable. Centre backs, we've got 4, but I think we could do with an upgrade on James Wiles, who is out of contract anyway. He's 25 years old, and at 2.5 stars, he's not going to improve. He's not even going to reach that 3-star potential. So we need to bring somebody in over the top of him, and then we can let him leave. Likewise in defensive midfield, we need to bring somebody in over the top of Continella and let him go. And in central midfield, the same applies to Michel Dongmo. Other than that, I'm happy with the other 3 that we've got. On the right hand side, we've got Adrian Voigt and also Hector, and I'm happy with both of those. On the left, we've got Gabriel Gonzalez and Laji Sidibe. I think we could probably do with upgrading both, so we'll be looking to try and do that. And then up front, Oliver and Meredith are perfectly reasonable, so won't be looking to do anything there. So I will try and bring in some players either on trial or make some offers, and I'll come back to let you know how I've got on with that, and also to give you an update on the situation with Saint Etienne. Okay, well, I'm back with an update from Saint Etienne, and they have decided that, having carried out the interview process, they're not going to give me the job. They were happy with the plans I put forward, but decided I wasn't the right person for them, and I've gone with a 59-year-old Frenchman by the name of Stéphane Massala. So looks like, for now at least, I'm going to be staying at Stoke. So I'll be back in a moment to show you some of the early transfers that we've done and the changes to the squad. So I'll talk to you again very shortly. Okay, it's Monday the 14th of July, and as you can see, although I have made numerous offers and given trials to various players, we've managed to make absolutely no signings at all so far. But that said, given that it is a European Championships summer and the European Championship final was yesterday, the managerial merry-go-round has started. So let's take a look at what vacancies have arisen and see whether that might open any doors for me. So the Welsh job is available, the Dutch job, the Spanish, the Italian, the German, the Argentinian, but there's no club jobs of any serious interest at this stage, and no club managers who are insecure. So it is going to be a case of waiting to see who gets those national jobs, and then hoping that one of those opens up an opportunity. So I'll come back towards the end of July with either news of an opening or with an update on transfers, and possibly even both. So I will talk to you again in a moment. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, I am wearing a different jumper. This episode was filmed over the course of 2 different days, so let's get straight into it. It's the 31st of July, and as you can see, at the moment, still no completed transfers in, so the latest player to leave is Vittorio Continella, who's left on a free transfer to Troyes in France. Disappointed to see him go, but we'll need to replace him. I do, however, have some offers in the pipeline, and these are the players we've gone after. So I will show you them one by one. We'll begin at the top. Andrei on loan from Crystal Palace. Made an offer, not had a response yet, but he looks like he could be pretty decent. He's played 75 times for Palace, so hopefully we'll have plenty to offer. Been capped in the Brazilian under 20s, although he is now 28. Martin Baturina from Fortuna Düsseldorf on loan. Can play in a variety of positions straight up the spine of the team, which is exactly what we need. And he's 33, so loads of experience. And again, another loan signing. That's basically all we're going to be able to do, I think. Ryo Matsumura from Fiorentina. And let's have a look at Ryo. He's 27, another central midfielder. So we're very much looking to strengthen the spine of the team. And next in Mohamed Guise from Brighton, who is a left winger. So bucking the trend of signing centrally oriented players. But Mohamed Guise is 25, capped for the under 20s, but not at full France level. But he's coming in, hopefully, from Brighton on loan. And after Guisa, the next one is Adnan Mitrovic, a striker on loan from Sampdoria, if we can get it over the line. He's 24, Bosnian, full international, 20 caps for the Bosnian national team and 8 international goals, 28 caps for the under-21s and 12 goals. So he clearly knows where the back of the net is, and he will be definitely adding something to our striking department. So that concludes the transfer business that we've got lined up at the moment, and I'll be back in a moment to conclude the episode and tell you what's coming up on the next one. Okay, the new season is now less than 24 hours away. It's Friday the 8th of August. We kick off the season tomorrow. So final roundup of the transfer window so far anyway. And we've managed to get one signing in, and that is Andre, who you have already been introduced to. Nobody else has left. So time now to conclude today's episode and tell you what's coming up on the next one. So let's have a look at the fixtures, and just before we tell you what's coming up on the next one, just quickly go through the pre-season results. We began with a 2-2 draw away to Crewe. We then beat Newcastle Town 3-1, PSG's reserves 4-1. We then did the same to Dunkirk, 4-1 again. Keverly Rouen were beaten 2-0. Boulogne were beaten 12-0. Blackburn Rovers, we managed to get a 1-0 win at home. We then beat Sheffield United by the same score and rounded off pre-season with a 10-0 home win over Northwich Victoria. So on tomorrow's episode, I'm going to show you the first 2 games of the Premier League season at home to Leeds United and away to Crystal Palace. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.